Iowa-Nebraska game.
Oh, God. I don't really have a favorite.
1891? No,
That's
go ahead.
funny.
Thank you.
That's funny.
You're welcome.
Probably the one you showed. That was wild.
2014?
Yeah, that was wild, and it was wild because, the staff got fired that year, and see, they win, you have all these moments when you cover Nebraska where they win a game, but then you see the coaches and the administrators, and they're actually no joy.
Yeah. Colorado.
Yeah,
2000,
Colorado.
2003.
Yeah. It was. I ran into Barney on the elevator, or I was going in. He was coming out. Maybe it was the other way around, but whatever. And stone faced. They knew what was going on.
Yeah.
It was the bizarre times. But that was a great win, and that was a great throw by Tommy. A great catch.
Yep.
So
Yes.
coming
Jay.
into this, I mean, we look at this. I try to just take a 1,000-foot viewpoint now. Nebraska's 7-4, more wins than at this point than last year. Obviously, the previous year with Coach Rule, but it still seems unsettling right now. People are still kind of trying to figure out where this program's headed. Why is that?
Because listen, I do think there's progress. First of all. People want to see it, and there's really nothing that you can point to that says, oh, yeah, that's discernible progress. That's tangible progress. Your best win is probably Cincinnati, which has lost 3 straight. If it's not Cincinnati, it's probably Northwestern.
Yep.
Those aren't great wins, but they have some good wins, and that's why I point to this game as being so big, because this would be a game where you'd say, okay, now, Iowa's not ranked, but we respect them. And look at what they did in mid-October. Look what they did in mid-October. When they beat Wisconsin 37-0,
Mm-hmm.
they beat Penn State, and they drilled Minnesota 41-3.
Yep.
Right there. Just think about those games in accordance with Nebraska's season. So I respect Iowa, and I think fans have a grudging respect, and if you beat them, you can point to that as tangible, perceptible evidence of progress.
Yeah.
Sipple, when you look at this Iowa series over the last 10 years, how much has it defined Nebraska, and how much has it defined Iowa when you measure what it's done to Nebraska's program and what it's done to Iowa?
Yeah, I mean, it's given Iowa a shot of momentum at the end of seasons and propelled them to better bowls. They get to play the Florida Bowls a lot. They've kind of rode Nebraska's back into Florida, where we'd prefer to be, right? I mean, this game is very representative of that notion. I mean, the winner probably goes to Tampa. If you lose the game, you don't get to go to Florida Bowl. We're going to Vegas. That's not a college football town. That doesn't say anything about college football. It's not as good a bowl. It's dragged Nebraska back this series. Think about the gut punch that was last year's game. Think about how you felt. I mean, we're supposed to be professional, objective people. We were pissed.
It was his fault.
Yeah, I blamed it all on Sean.
So at 10-0,
He walks over to me.
What did he say?
So basically, I had picked Iowa to win. At 10-0, he walks over, he laughs and goes, "Oh, doesn't look very good for you right now." And I said, "That's a jinx." That's a jinx. And then after the game,
I was making my victory lap. And, even like Scott Dockerman, Tom Kaker, they were like, this game's over.
Yeah.
The two main Iowa, right?
Right.
Nobody at halftime thought Iowa was winning that game.
But that's what they do. That's who they are. And I will say, Sip, Nebraska has kind of developed that mentality this year. They've won some of those games.
Absolutely.
Like that. They have won games with special teams. They've kind of adopted Iowa's mentality. Maybe that can help them get off the top.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot they'll have to do to close out Iowa. Iowa's hard to kill. I mean,
They are.
They're just.
Yeah.
They're hard
They
to
are
kill.
hard to kill, yeah.
You're gonna have to close it out. But Nebraska's special teams are now commensurate. I mean, they're pretty even with Iowa. That definitely helps.
Yeah, this is the first time that Nebraska's played a team this year that has a better net field position and a better ranked special teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time this year.
Well, they'll just have to slug it out.
No doubt.
If Nebraska wins, it'll take all day to do it.
No doubt.
Sip, were you surprised that Emma Johnson did not make the Doak Walker Award finalist?
Not necessarily when I see those 3 guys.
Yeah.
Those 3 guys, Sean, are really good. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to make that kind of list. It's not a commentary on Emmett Johnson as much as just a commentary on how good those three are and how
And the teams.
yeah, how good the teams are and how tough it is to be in that elite category. He is an elite running back. Emmett's an elite running back. But those guys, if you look at those three guys, yeah, they deserve it. They deserve it.
Sip, what do you want to see from TJ in this game? We've kind of seen the UCLA game plan. We saw what they want to do against Penn State. How do you think Nebraska utilizes him against that stingy Phil Parker Iowa defense?
Well, you know the deal. A lot of it is he's done a good job of avoiding turnovers. That's number one. Jay, you've done this for a long time. When you look at quarterback play, you think about decision making, probably number one. Make good decisions. Don't turn the ball over. Now, what I'd like to see downfield, you got to get it downfield a little bit. They haven't really cut it loose very much. I think you're going to have to, and it's difficult against this defense. This defense, it's not like Phil Parker's going to try to trick him. You know what they do really well? They cover really well. They match routes. They do a lot in the back end that's not complicated. They just do it super well, and the guys are covered. So he's going to have to make some tough passes, to guys that aren't really that open. And I'd like to see him get the ball downfield.
You're my boy.
I am.
So I'm going to say this. That's not true. So if you look at who they played against,
Yeah.
the good wide receivers, whether it's Ian Strong for Rutgers or Michigan State, all those teams have thrown the ball on them. One team threw for 300, another for 250.
Generally speaking, though,
but
you
if
look at
it's a good
Parker's
wide
defense.
receiver, there's a lot of teams in the Big Ten that don't have great wide receivers. But the ones that do, they all threw the ball.
Is it gonna
Would
be
you
throwing
consider-
weather, though, in
That's
this
my
game?
question, the weather-wise.
Thank you, Sean. See, Sean has
Sean,
my
you
back.
said last night that the weather wasn't great, and Jet Tamala, a high school kid, threw the ball, right?
Yeah, I mean, his guys were running wide open, but
Well-
he 7 touchdown passes
Right.
in the worst wind I've seen him in a
There
morning.
ain't gonna
Yeah.
be guys running wide open. Trust
Well, I'm
me.
not saying we run wide open, but those, just go back and look at, I think you'll be surprised. Because normally teams do not throw the ball like that against Iowa, and 5 of them this year have been able to do it,
Okay,
which
we'll
kind of
see.
surprised me when I did the research.
Okay. You're assuming I didn't do my research.
No, I always assume you did your research. Am I assuming wrong? What do you think in terms of what the crowd's going to be like? I know that's a big thing. Do you think Iowa bring some fans?
11 a.m. start might dissuade some people from that. The
What about
weather might.
will dissuade Nebraska fans?
No, there's a little. Nebraska fans seem a little grouchy right now.
A lot of arm crossing.
That's fair.
A lot of old guys with their arms crossed.
Yeah, we have a survey question for that, and people are not happy.
Yeah, don't act surprised. I mean, there seems to be a lot of consternation right now, kind of going off what Jay said earlier. People aren't exactly sure where this is going.
Yeah.
And of course, what happens, come on, I mean, what happens is when you lose 37-10 at Penn State and they average 5.9 yards a carry, we take that kind of personally here, you know? So I understand why people are a little bit on edge because Iowa comes in here with a better statistically run game. They're better. Iowa's 50th in the country in rushing. Penn State's 63rd. I mean, technically Iowa's a better running team.
They are.
So, yeah, and as Sean has pointed out, or Sean was pointing out in the press box during the game, Iowa hits the edge really well. You know, they run
Outside zone.
outside zone, and they do. I've seen it. I've watched it for years. They do run to the edge really well.
Yeah.
So
Quick stat.
now I did my research on that.
Quick stat for you. Outside zone, Nebraska versus outside zone, they're giving up 16% big plays.
Ugh.
So that's almost 1 out of every 5 of those outside
What's
zones.
going on, Jay?
It's schematically, does Nebraska, are they inside out or an outside in type of team? And I'm still trying to figure this out
Why are you still trying?
because you see
Don't we
guys.
know?
You see guys.
Play to play, it changes.
But it changes because that's just inconsistency. Well, you see guys that will spill, and not necessarily outside zone. Outside zone is about setting the edge. Your outside guys got to be there. But then on outside zone, your cutback players have to be really, really good. Shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage because if you have a good edge, they're going to try to work back inside. So your backside players got to be strong. But you have guys that spill it, a defensive end that's saying you take your outside shoulder inside, force the ball outside, but then he's spilling to nobody. Then all of a sudden they box it, takes it on, keep your outside arm and leg free, and all of a sudden you have guys working over top. Now there's no one inside. So there's inconsistencies with how Nebraska's playing the run. I mean, you've seen it all year. At times it's really good, but at times it's like He did that, but where's the scraper? Where's the linebacker scraper? There's no one that's getting over top. So that's not as much outside zone because if you set the edge, you'll be fine. But it's more about how the guys play the backside run play there.
Aren't things like that solvable during the week?
Yes. Yeah, better. Yeah, 100%. It's just you got to coach them hard and develop them in that scenario.
Sib, as we kind of wrap things up here, after this game against Iowa, Wednesday is signing day. Transfer portal isn't open until January 2nd. Coaches are not on the road at all in December. How different will this December be from what we've seen in our lifetimes covering college football?
It'll be, I mean, think about it. I mean, just going back over the years where we were, back in the old days when you're covering bowl practices, which was extensive.
And they're on the weekends a lot.
Extensive bowl practice coverage, but recruiting during that. Now, I mean, it's kind of nice in a way for us because we'll cover bowl practice. We'll cover a team getting ready for a bowl. I don't know what access will be like, but I kind of like the idea, just a general idea of covering a team getting ready for a bowl. I hope that Coach Rule allows us quite a bit of access. Probably depends on how this game goes, frankly.
I know that you weren't very excited about going to Vegas, but I think
No, wait a
fans-
second. I am excited about it.
Okay.
Vegas on New Year's
Do your
Eve?
research.
Vegas on New Year's Eve. I think that some fans might want to do that.
He wants
There's a lot
to
of
go to Tampa.
specials. There's a lot of specials on New Year's Eve. Hotel specials.
Specials.
Yeah, in Vegas.
Yeah.
You don't think?
I imagine.
I know it's not a college town.
Right.
Thank God.
Yeah. I'd rather go to Vegas probably.
What? Then go to Tampa.
Yeah.
Mandalay Bay is right across the street from the stadium.
Whatever. The frustration, maybe the confusion is that I would say for fans, Nashville would be much better, or Tampa or Nashville would be much better than Vegas. For Sipple, Vegas is better.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
I think there are probably some fans that they're pretty excited about wherever Nebraska can go
Oh,
because
a bowl
for
game,
8
yeah.
years they didn't go.
Yeah, now see, I would say if you're a fan, think about it. You're in position, you're going to a bowl no matter what. You're not playing for a bowl. So that's progress.
New York was great last year.
God, it was fun.
Sip, we appreciate it as always. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yeah, thank you guys for your tolerance.
And I love when you do your research. Thanks.